Obstetricians and gynecologists all around the world face very challenging times. I wouldn't be wrong in adding difficult times too. Technology has advanced so rapidly, we've had no time to assimilate the information and see what effect it has on our lives. And before we realize, we're actually facing very complex ethical issues in day-to-day practice, perhaps, and sometimes not much in day-to-day practice, but we need time to address those issues. I'm not going to spend time on things like, is cloning good or bad, or molecular genetic manipulation. What I would like to do today is to invite each one of you on a journey of introspection. Because what we need to ask ourselves is ethics in obstetrics and gynecology a disappearing act? Ethics is not a luxury, neither is it an option. I believe it is essential to our survival as human beings, and more so as clinicians. This is an appropriate definition. But I prefer this definition of ethics because obedience to what is enforceable is law. And that's what prevents us from probably sometimes not going through a red traffic light. But what is obedience to unenforceable is what probably gets us to get up and offer our chair to an elderly person, or perhaps not be rude to an elderly person. There are no laws that ask us to do that. So in other words, laws are a part of our lives. The choice we have, do we wish to be ruled by self-regulatory laws or laws that are made by society? It would be heartening to stop at this point and remember that in February 2002, doctors in Canada, America, and 9 countries of Europe, over a period of 3 years, wrote what they called was a new Hippocratic Oath, titled Medical Professionalism in the New Millennium, a Physician Charter. It was published at the same time in The Lancet and in the Annals of Internal Medicine. And surprisingly enough, high on their concerns were commitment to honesty and integrity of practicing clinicians. The American College will remove you from the college, will not allow you to become a fellow, or if you continue to be a fellow and do not follow the code of ethics, you are debarred. In India, where laws are made only to be broken, I believe we need to be self-regulatory. Let us begin our journey of introspection. I'm just going to touch day-to-day issues that we as obstetricians and gynecologists face. Let's start from the basics, prescription writing. We've got an 18-year-old, just married, conceived spontaneously, regular cycles, 10 weeks gestation, comes to your clinic with spotting. You do an ultrasound, you see a beautiful fetus, no other cause for her spotting. But the obstetrician has given her this prescription. I'm sure you agree that not one of these is relevant or necessary. The Royal College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, way back in the 90s, early 90s, closed the debate, and I'd like to just focus on synthetic progesterone. Just one item on the menu card has closed the debate and said it is a useless and worthless exercise to prescribe synthetic progesterone in the first trimester of pregnancy in the hope of producing luteal support. The chapter has been closed, but we continue to give it. Why do we still give synthetic progesterone today? There are certain reasons enumerated. I wonder which one we fall into. Why is it that we continue to do things just because everybody else around you is doing it? Then it speaks very poorly of our own moral caliber. It is unethical to prescribe, provide, or seek compensation for therapies that are of no benefit to the patient. Very clear. Commercial enterprise in medical practice. I think we would be blind if we fool ourselves about the fact that medicine indeed has become commercialized, and it is because of us, the medical fraternity. It is a shame. We know patients are exploited. We are aware some of us have been facing these situations when some of our own family members have been admitted or have been given wrong treatment. It is acceptable to accept a fee for advice given, but if you wish to promote your own product in which you have a stake, then it is unethical. There's a 38-year-old conceived for the first time IVF pregnancy and has been coerced by the IVF center to buy all her gonadotrophins and her list of medications from the pharmacy in the ART center. And she has been told that if she doesn't do it, her pregnancy will not go to term. Because that center has exclusive drugs which work. But what the patient doesn't know is that the pharmacy belongs to the brother-in-law of the lady who is treating her. And he gets a lot of kickbacks and a lot of freebies from the pharmaceutical industry for pushing some products. The other thing at this point I'd like to allude to is selling ourselves. Some of us were very fortunate to have doctors, seniors, our teachers, who never maligned their colleagues in the face of a clinical case being botched up. At least in front of the patient, we were told never to say an unkind word about your colleague. But today, it's very common. Very, very few doctors say positive things about colleagues. And you wish to sell yourself with the patient who comes to you. I think it's a downright shame when we do that. Enterprise continues in medical practice. We've heard enough stories of doctors investing in laboratories, in equipment, in corporate hospitals, and we continue to send patients to these places. This is called self-referral. Yes. I think this cartoon illustrates the point very well. Please come to my hospital where everything is disposable. Ethics has been disposed, honesty, scruples, and principles. Yes, we are in the age of disposables. As professionals, physicians are expected to devote their energy, attention, and loyalty fully to the service of their patients. Leading article in JAMA 1992. But we know, and some of us have been indulging in kickbacks. We wait for that check or for the envelope of cash at the end of the month, which will come when you have referred your patient to a certain ultrasound center or a laboratory. Another cartoon. The patient is absolutely surprised that the doctor has actually paid him some money back because he's come to him directly. Relationship with the pharma industry. Now here I'm walking on very thin ice, probably walking on eggshells. This is a symbiotic relationship. We can't do without each other. There is a lot of good that we can do together. The pharma industry has invested money in research. The pharma industry has helped us with conferences, yes, but then